Oh, g'day. How you going? This is Glenn. And today we're going to talk about the actual onshoring of Australian products. So what am I talking about? I've got a news article here. And it's basically talking about Australian companies are actually bringing back their manufacturing to Australia. So in this article, it's on the New Daily. There's probably other news organisations actually have it, but News Daily it's a centre, not left or right, pretty much, and I don't mind it actually. And okay, 22% said they'd already brought back work to Australia. Nearly half the operation expected to return by 2023. So there's a lot of companies. It was a survey of 500 industry employers. So a lot of companies are actually bringing back a lot of their production to Australia. So what does that mean? Does it mean actual jobs for Australians? Well, it actually doesn't say in the article whether that is. I'd actually like to see the research, and I think I'll probably look for it later on. But this is just a quick video. Yeah, bloody hell. And this was brought on by the coronavirus pandemic, which the supply chain around the world just went and it just broke down, basically, because we actually closed the borders. Didn't allow, sorry, you can't get in, stay in your boats in the bloody water. We don't care. If you need to have a piss over the side. And so a lot of the supply chain actually stopped, so it pretty much broke down, and it caused a lot of companies to actually rethink their manufacturing. Like we had in China, a lot of factories in China just closed down. Government just closed down. China's government doesn't really care about the economy. Their main thing is control. So part of the control is just close down. No, you have to do this. No, we don't care about the economy. Started it. And so there was not a lot of stuff manufactured over there. Obviously now there is. But that caused a lot of problems in the supply chain. As well as here in all the countries, in Australia, in Europe, in Britain, the United States, everyone panicking. No toilet paper, where's my toilet paper? You better get like 40,000 packets of toilet paper because they're gonna run out and away we have to wipe my bum. So they went and brought all the toilet paper. Not just once, not twice, 3 fucking times. They didn't bloody learn. The toilet paper is gonna disappear, so they did the toilet paper. And, bit tired. Woke up too early. 6:30 is too early to wake up. So they ran out of toilet paper. So the supply chain here also, it didn't break down, it slowed down. And we closed our internal waters, so they actually slowed down too. So a lot of things didn't go to other places, poor Northern Territory. And, we didn't actually have stock of toilet paper in the supermarkets for a month, 2 months, 3 months. And then they limited to buying 1 of this, 2 of that, half of that. You can't buy any of that because that's all mine and you're not getting any. So it seems that onshoring will make the problem better for Australia. If they manufacture and send overseas, it's probably still going to be a problem. But if we import it, then it's a problem if we have a problem in that country or a connection between the two countries. And then that manufacturing over in like France or China or Vietnam will not be delayed, so we actually get the product a lot better if it's manufactured in Australia. But if they have a problem with the supply chain here, they can't actually get the supplies. Like they can manufacture something here, a rubbish bin, but they get the actual product from they're in Victoria and they get it from Western Australia and there's a problem with the actual border, then the supply chain is going to be disrupted and it's actually still going to slow down. But if they get manufacture here and they get the product from, I don't know, Brazil, and the supply chain's pretty staffed, then that could also still have the same effect as just manufacturing in France and trying to export to Australia, because you can't get the raw product. So it's not going to be 100% foolproof. Also, there's another thing: is it going to create employment? Wow, if you had this same production 30 years ago, employing 100 people, and the wages are actually a lot higher than what they were 30 years ago, and then you bring it back here, you want to maintain how much of the profit you still get, you're gonna not employ 100 people, aren't you? No, you might employ 50. But what you're going to try and do is try and just employ the minimum amount as possible. So probably 10. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring in a lot of new machinery. So the modern production practices. So a lot of modern machines to actually do most of the work. So if you've actually been to the Royal Australian Mint, you'll be looking around going, where are the people? I don't see any people around here. Wow. And then you see this big robot bringing up a barrel, tipping the coins into the machine. The machine's just going along. So the machine's just going along, going boom, 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 stamping the coins and then shifting them and packaging them. And it's just pretty much all automated. So that's how we're going. So just like you make a rubbish bin, you're not going to see someone with a hammer or something making a rubbish bin. Rubbish bin's all plastic cast anyway, so you're not going to see them with a Stanley knife just cutting off the excess plastic. They might do that if the machine breaks down, but basically the actual machine will actually do all that for them. And so you got the plastic going in, or the raw material going in. You would need someone to actually regulate or assess the actual products going in, because the machines can't do that at the moment. But they can actually sift how the actual plastic is made, the pouring into the actual cast, the cast coming out, and the final product coming off the production line. So that's all going to be automated. That is the way things are. But the things that machines can't do now is quality control. So you still need people for that. You still need people to actually fix up the machines. So a lot of this new employment, what I think is actually going to be highly educated people. So people who just leave year 12, in the future as things go along, they're just going to find it harder and harder to get a job. Unless you do a trade, Tradespeople, they're actually essential. So you've got tree loppers, you've got plumbers, electricians. They're the ones that leave you 12, but they have extra education still. 3-year apprenticeship. And then you go along. Anyway, that is what is happening. So, I think they're probably going to reshore, but they're not going to employ as many people as what people think they would have 30 years ago. Even those new mines, they're all pretty much automated now. So that's the way things going. Anyway, if anyone actually does ever watch this video, please leave a comment down below. And don't shit your pants.